Okay, we're here with Nathan. He's the Vice President of the Coloured Canary Club. What do you like to show us, mate?
Yeah, this year we've got our show online, so people build their show team online. So basically just pressing a button, selecting a competition that they're going to enter in, novice, open. They can actually search their code quite easily, search the code, select bring number, gender, breeder name, etc., and add to team. When we add that to our team, it actually builds the show team for us, and we can easily submit. What that allows us to do, I guess, is have all the entries live online. We can allocate judges to those entries, and they can be judged live. So the judge just moves through the iPad, selects the class to judge, automatically opens up any sections that are to be judged post that, or any categories that are to be judged post that. So quite a really simple and easy process to follow.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm over here with Jeff. He's another one of the members at the club. Go us through what you're doing, Jeff.
Just going through as the results come through live for the section winners. It's coming through live, so the likes of this, what it then produces is a certificate, and once the certificate is printed, it'll go into a folder for each of the members so that they can keep all their certificates in one folder.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, if you're lucky, you might have a folder full.
That's awesome.
And there's not much else I can say except I'm just pressing buttons.
Pressing buttons. Here you go. Look at that.
And then they'll be presented at the end of the, when it's over, each member or whoever will get all their certificates in here.
Yep.
I'll move on to the category winners and the section winners after all this. But at the moment, I'm just trying to keep up with the judges.
Good stuff, mate. That's awesome. All right, guys, we're over at the Coloured Club annual show. I'm here with Dali, the president. Thanks for having me.
Always welcome to have you.
Yep, no worries. So what can you tell us about the club?
Look, for the last couple of years, we have been undergoing a couple of certain changes within the club because, as we all know, all the clubs had been running off the pretty archaic constitutions and certain rules that have been in place for many, many years, but it's time to kind of do some updates on it. So, you know, this in the last couple of years, we gained a certain number of members. You know, I took this club when it was around 20 members. Now we got a little bit over 60.
Well, that's in how long has that been?
And it's been there's going to be my third year of presidency in September after the annual show, after the AGM.
Yes.
And, you know, we're getting more and more members, and as you can tell, you know, there's a lot more varieties that we now can have on our bench, where in the past was not so many. You know, we do have a certain number of mutations that we got here in Australia, and, you know, the way they've been denominating certain trades on them is we got to look after what the ground color they are, what mutation they are, what series of mutation there are, and also what their feather category, which means, you know, we all know that there are 3 feather categories in them. And combination of those traits, this is how we get a certain variety.
Okay.
You know.
So tell me, do you find that so some of the varieties are colour fed? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Red grounded birds are colour fed, where yellow grounded and white grounded birds are not colour fed. However, white grounded birds just genetically cannot take colour in. Therefore, regardless whether we colour feed them or not, they can always stay white.
Yes, getcha.
No, where yellow, it's very important to stick to yellow food intake.
Yep.
Therefore, they don't change the hue of the desired yellow ground color.
Yep, yep. So, from my understanding, is it like a powder or a liquid that you do put in their
It's
food?
a powder. It's animal based carotenoids, what's called cantexanthin. It's been derived out of the in certain processes, and we can, it's a concentration of the same substance where you can find in carrot, the simple carrot.
Yes,
and,
yes, okay. No
so-
worries. And so how many birds we got roughly entered today?
Roughly close to 250 birds.
Wow.
Bear in mind, this is a very specialized colored club, so we don't show any other varieties apart from colored canaries.
That's awesome. That
and,
is amazing.
And it was close to 70 different varieties.
Wow.
Out of the 250 birds, 50
That's amazing.
exhibit. Yeah.
So just going around, I could see that you've got it quite modern within your club. Like you got a projector screen on one side of the room. What can you tell us about that?
We try to modernize the club a little bit in order to capture a broader audience of people, because living in a modern society now, you don't have a lot of time for doing it old-fashioned way.
100%.
For that reason, we try to speed up the whole process of entering birds, getting to the winning positions, all those birds and stuff like that. So we need to do it very, very quickly.
Yes.
And for that reason, and also at the same time, keep people interested. They're on the other side of the table or a barrier that we set up in a club, because we wanted to keep it very, very transparent. Where the judges are doing their job judging, we don't want any interference.
I understand.
For that reason, whoever brings the bird and is not involved in any sort of helping during the judging process, they can sit there, relax, enjoy a cup of coffee, have a breakfast or whatever, and watch the results straight on the screen.
Well, that's the best way. In other clubs and things, I've helped pass birds to judges, and sometimes you're always bumping into somebody. So like this, I think it's a great way to keep it separate.
Correct.
From the people that are involved with the judging and the people that are just more like spectators and things like that. I think that's great.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
And, we also recently got rid of the champion bird, considering that we have so many varieties.
Yes.
Here, we found it kind of unfair to, bring it to the one bird as a champion winner, because they all look different and they're all beautiful on its own, on their own way, as individual varieties.
Yes.
For that reason, we don't get to judge anymore, let's say, some preferable varieties such as a clear red against some other mutations that are still developing. Now we have like a 324 different classes, something similar what they do at the World Championship worldwide. 324 different classes, and every class gets judged on its own, against its own variety, and against its own standard.
Yes. Look, I like the way that you're modifying, making things more modern these days. And look, time has changed.
Absolutely.
Everyone's like it's different from back in the old days.
Correct.
And I think we've got to get with the times if you want to keep clubs going.
Exactly.
Look, I know some of the old timers that don't like change, but I think we need to step up. And what you're doing, mate, it's actually been an eye opener for me. You're printing out your awards on the spot.
On the spot.
It's amazing.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
Like I want to just touch base about it.
Yes.
And I use a quote of our good friend Subi saying you got to change, you got to get along with the time. Otherwise, we will be still watching a black and white television
100%.
in modern days, or driving a car without air conditioning in it.
Yes.
So we need to get along with the time. We need to make sure we can capture broad audience, because people don't have a time. If we make it hard for them, they will walk away from this hobby. If we make it easy, such as like cages that are accessible, things that don't require a lot of work, where people put and dedicate a lot of work and time for certain things, such as like cleaning, preparing show boxes, preparing birds and stuff like that. People just simply won't do it. Yeah, they won't have a time for it. and gaining certain numbers for the last 2 years, making it all simple
Yes.
for the exhibitors, it's a real testimony that what are we doing here actually works.
Yep.
Otherwise, we will be still having a few members
Yep.
here, organizing all these shows just for their own sake,
Yep.
without embracing other people and bringing new people in. Because I'm don't got nothing against the older exhibitors. They're
Yes.
very, very important to us.
Yes.
But their time slowly is on the way out. We need to
Yes.
get a new
For the way in.
people for the way in.
Way in.
Exactly.
100% agree. And so how long's the club been running for?
This club has been fused from two red clubs here in Victoria
Yes.
back, I think, in 1999.
They merged?
They merged together.
Yes.
And then, and it's been called a Canary Breeders Association of Victoria since then.
Yes.
And then, it's going on since then. But, all those modernized changes actually occurred in the last 2 years since I became a president. And with the support of my other colleagues, such as Vice President Nathan,
Yes.
and some of the other guys, helping out at the same time.
For what you guys are doing, it looks great, and you can see there's a lot of support within the club. Everyone does their bit, and it's very important. You can't run a club if you don't have that support. It's always good to take on even just a small role. Everything helps.
Absolutely. You got to delegate. You get people on board. You need to have helpers. Otherwise, falls down on one or two guys who's going to do all the work.
Yes.
And after a while, they just give up and they say, I don't need this in my life anymore. It's too much stress, too much dramas around it. And just people just walk away. So if everyone does their own bit, it's very, very important.
Even
for it.
something small,
Exactly.
It adds up. I can see you got lovely awards. Nice,
Absolutely.
beautiful trophies and things
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely.
Which is very important, especially like for the novice that are just coming into the hobby. It's nice to take a nice award, something nice home. It gives you that motivation. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, and certainly with this number of varieties and this number of classes, you have a certain breeders that are just, obsessed with certain variety.
Yes.
And if we need to encourage those guys to breed those birds and those varieties and really concentrate on them.
Yes.
And getting rid of the champion birds certainly will open up the alley for them to kind of, focus on those certain varieties with a lot of certainty that they are going to get awarded for their hard work and dedication to that certain variety. Because that bird, if it's still developing, will never come across against some bird or variety that has been around for a lot longer and that's got all those traits in way better shape and form the variety that's been developed, only recently developed.
No, that's awesome. Now, do you guys share your birds? Like, for example, are they hard to get your hands on, or everyone sort of helps each other out, or a newcomer comes along and you, as breeders, you give him a start?
What I can tell you, and I'm with a couple of other blokes that are helping me out.
Yes.
We are fully responsible of organizing a little community. We have our WhatsApp group where we share all the information, everything that we have, helping out each other in providing stock for those newcomers, or even the all the breeders that are just struggling to find certain or appropriate mate for their bird.
Correct.
You know what I'm talking about.
Like if you short a hen or a cockbird.
In 80% of the time, it's virtually free of charge, because we really trying to help each other out in order to lift that off the ground and make sure they can establish very good base. In certain, whatever they
give them a start.
Exactly, to give them a start. Yeah.
Because if you don't give these newcomers a start, how's the hobby going to progress and keep moving forward?
No way.
It becomes like a dead end stop, and then when the older generation sort of like pull the pin, then what's there for the hobby?
100%, you're right. 100%. Yeah.
So it's a great thing what you're doing as well. Also, like today I was at the Gloucester Club. We had a meeting there. And the WhatsApp thing is a great idea. I've suggested it to our members at our club. I've just recently joined the Norwich Club of Victoria. They're doing it, and I think it's a great idea that if you need to reach out, ask any questions,
Absolutely.
it's awesome.
Out there, it's accessible. You don't have to be banging your head against the brick wall thinking how I'm going to get to a certain
Yes.
part of the equipment, bird or whatever. And you won't know it if you don't ask. And this is certainly a great platform so you can
Yes.
ask any question you like.
I
you know?
agree.
And
I
there's no
agree.
stupid questions at all, you know.
Well,
And you know,
Well, I needed some crested and crestbred Norwich show cages, and you can't get them nowhere. By reaching out to the WhatsApp app, I ended up picking up 7 cages just like that.
there you go.
And very, very hard to get. So
There you
it's really great what you're doing with the WhatsApp
Thank
app
you.
as well.
Thank you.
Um,
And our group is quite active. No day goes past that we don't have something posted on it. Either question or someone just sharing a footage from their bedroom,
Yes.
you know, from the, preparation for the show. You know, we share
Everything.
selflessly
Yes.
any bit of knowledge that we have across the group with no problems.
Awesome.
You know,
Yeah, look, I've never had these type of birds before, but one thing that what I do love, they're very unique in their colour.
absolutely.
They're amazing in their colour. Like the colours are amazing on these birds, and very, very, very nice to look at.
Yeah, and that's actually what's the main trait of those particular birds. That's what they call color canaries.
Based on colour.
And based on color, we judge those birds, and we really prize the color more than anything else.
Yes.
You know, so we slowly switching from that old type of judging where everything comes down to a body shape.
Yeah.
You know, to everything comes down to a color.
Yes.
And how that color gets expressed within a feather.
Yes.
Intensity or degree of frosting
Yes.
plays such an important role, whether that color, the way that color is going to be expressed
Yes.
on the bird. So, we're really paying full attention and focusing a lot on the color
So
of the
the
bird.
colour
rather
and
than type.
type. So
Rather than
if
type.
you go by the colour you go by the colour that comes first and the type comes second.
Exactly right. If
Yeah,
we have
not the
two
other way around.
identical
Yes,
birds,
yes.
yeah, color beats the type.
Yes.
Where in Thai birds, and that's why they're called Thai birds, type needs to be the color.
Yep.
It's simple as that, so it's very important.
No, that's awesome, mate. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Oh, look, we are always happy. We're always open, for any newcomers. If you are really, impressed and obsessed with this kind of a bird, and you want us to start your breeding, we will happily help anyone who wants to jump on board
Yep.
and be a part of our little community. Because we are, as I said, selflessly sharing our knowledge, and we'll help out and give you a good kickstart to whoever wants to come and join our
That's
club.
awesome. Well, if any of you guys are interested into these type of coloured birds, you can always join the Coloured Canary Club of Victoria.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
and
We
yeah.
got our website.
Yes.
We got our website, and we somehow managed to get our website to come up first. Once you put
Yes.
in a search, when you search for Colour Canary Club on Google.
Yes.
So all you need to put is just a Colour Canary Breeders of Association of Victoria,
Yep.
and our website will come up as the first. Click on it, and it's going to guide you through how you can become a member or ask any questions and sort of stuff like
That's
that.
awesome. So, guys, like you were saying, just check out the on Google and yeah. But it's a very nice place here, and very nice. It's good to be here.
And we haven't stopped improving, so we'll keep on
Keep
going. And
improving.
next year, you will be very welcome to come along and invited to share all our stories here
Yep.
with a broader audience, and
Yep.
and you'll probably be able to find a difference. What are the things that we improve on compared
Yes,
to
yes.
this year?
It's great. I feel like I'm VIP here or something. It's
There you
awesome.
go. Everyone's got its own accreditation,
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
it's important.
All right, mate. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.
All right, it was really nice talking to you, and
Always.
yeah.
Always.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Australian Canary channel. See you at the next episode. Perfect, mate. Good on you.
Man,
Thanks,
good.
mate.